Hello everybody, here we are today on Saturday, August 9th, 2025. We are here with Grace and Titan's Welsh Terrier puppies. And look at this, they have peaked. Their personalities are here. They were born on June 25th, 2025. They are about almost 6.5 weeks old. And you guys, I am so sorry. You're so kind that you never said anything, but you sure could have. Totally forgot about your midweek puppy video, and I'm so sorry. But I will say, I really have a good sense of who's who in this litter now. Sorry, let me try to sit in the midst of mass puppy chaos. Hello! Here's Pink. So, since I'm now behind on all these videos, I'm going to do a real long video today. And we will kick the puppy picking off today. I will send an email with your, trying to set this down here, with your descriptions, or with your, with how this is all going to work. You'll basically fill out on the Google Docs sheet I send and email me your puppy picking choice when it is your turn to pick. You can check the doc to see if it's your turn. We go in the order we receive deposits. And I'm going to go and do puppy descriptions right now. So I always like to say, it's like a circulating, I always like to first explain, so this is purple, here's blue, here's pink. I always first like to explain to people that these are all Welsh Terriers. I think I'm going to stand up because it's hard to show you. These are all Welsh Terriers. They are all going to have that characteristic Welsh Terrier personality. They're going to be funny. They're going to be high energy. They're going to be playful, just like you see here. They're all going to share those traits of being a Welsh Terrier. They're going to share the traits of being siblings. Under the umbrella of those two things, though, there are individual personalities. And that's why we wait this long to pick, is because I want you to be able to know about your puppy when you pick. That's really important to me. So here's Brown over here. So what I do, I describe the puppies. I rank them in order. Here's Brown, from most outgoing and energetic to least. Here's Yellow. And what does that mean? Okay, so the more outgoing and energetic puppies typically kind of stay that way. They also, this is Black right in front of me. They also tend to sometimes be more alpha. The really quiet and shy ones, a lot of times, tend to stay more laid back. For a Welsh Terrier, they are going to be high energy. They are going to be outgoing. That's what a Welsh Terrier is. But there's usually a quiet and shy puppy, and those puppies usually turn into more laid back and easygoing adults. So that's who Brown is in this litter, and I'll get into that more in a minute when I start the ranking. And then as you can guess, there's, the ranking, so there's the in-between ones as well. But I do them that way because I have found it really accurate to what their personalities are going to be as adults. Here's Lime Green. I know this is hard when they're all over the place like this. This is purple. This is Black, Blue, Brown, Yellow. I found it to be really similar. So if you have a really alpha dog at home, it's usually a better idea not to get an alpha outgoing one, which are the upper or the lower numbers like 1 and 2. Are the more outgoing ones. Or if you have really young kids at home, it's a good idea to get one of the more laid back ones if they aren't used to high energy and the nipping and the playing. You're still going to get that even with the quiet and shy ones, but it's just a milder terrier a little bit. And it is amazing how everybody finds the puppy that's just meant for them. So I'm going to start with the females. I have Pink as my number 1. Where is she? Where are you? There she is. This is Pink. She's my number 1, most outgoing and energetic. She's usually one of the leaders. She does really love people, though. Seems like she's always coming for a pat, and then she takes off for her adventure. So that's always kind of funny. Number 2 I have is Purple. Yeah, good. She's right here, too. Here's Purple. She's my middle-of-the-road female. And number 3 I have as as Yellow. There she goes. I would not call her quiet and shy. She's probably in the ranking of the whole litter, kind of a middle of the road puppy. But of the females, I feel like she is one of the more laid back, quieter ones. And we do still have one female still available. And she's looking for her home, and we'll know who that is once puppy picking is done. So those are the 3 females. And then I have my paper up here folded over. Black is my number 1 male. He's definitely my Energizer bunny. Always raring to go, raring for a good time. Usually picking a fight somewhere, like a playful fight, or trying to kick up a game or whatever. Number 2 is lime green. Oh, wait, did I show black? Very good. I'm trying. Isn't it crazy how much they change in a few weeks? In a week. It's wild. This is lime green. He's my number 2. So this is black. And that's lime green. So number 2 is just a little bit of a notch. Hey, what you doing? Oh, you didn't like me making that kissy sound? That's purple up there. Brown. Pink. And back to lime green. He's just a notch below black, I feel like. Black's definitely the ultimate leader and most outgoing, independent, energetic, followed by lime green. So that was black. Yeah, you're trying to steal the show. And then number 3 I have as blue. Right here. He's definitely a middle of the road. Very much so, and that's brown behind him. Very much middle of the road personality. Not the most outgoing and independent. Here's pink. But also not quiet and shy, but just totally right there in the middle. Like some snuggles too. That's, I think that was yellow. Yeah, yellow. So right here I've got brown, purple, blue, pink, and green back there. So that's blue. And then brown. Brown, as I've said, where'd he go? Here, he's right here, right in front of me. As I've said, brown is definitely, without question, my most easygoing. Quiet, he has been for a long time. You guys have seen. He's definitely going to be my more easygoing Welsh of the litter. Some people really shy away from the shy ones because they're scared that they're going to stay scared and fearful all their lives. And I'm telling you, they're Welsh Terriers. They are going to be outgoing. They're going to be energetic, playful. That's just who they are. There's just different personalities, and that's how their personalities present themselves at this age. So right behind him is pink. So brown, pink. Good, they're going to start settling down. They played hard. Purple, lime green, brown, pink. Size-wise, pink is pretty petite. Everybody's honestly in this litter just about the same size. Pink's a hair smaller and petite. But with a Welsh Terrier, we're just talking a few pounds difference as adults. Like a Airedale can vary, up to 20 pounds. A big variable. Welshes really aren't that much. Also, if you look at the shade of brown on their face, the darker their face, most likely, like the cheeks and stuff, and like pink's pretty dark, most likely they're going to stay the more black and tan. Welshes come in grizzle and tan and black and tan. This is blue. And you do not know which shade they're going to be until that's black back there, until that adult wiry hair comes in. Sorry, that was brown back there. Pink, blue, that's black. You just don't know. You can take your best guess, and typically it's kind of like you look at the shade of brown it is right now. Here's purple, here's pink, but you just don't know for sure until that wiry adult hair comes in. It's lime green back in the corner there. Purple. Oh, you don't want me to pet you? You want to play? Purple. Lime green. Blue. Can't tell who you are. Who are you? You're not going to let me? This is brown. That's black. Lime green. Yellow. And my brother is going to live stream these guys after I'm done. So there'll actually be a lot more video for you to watch. I know it's a little bit hard to tell who is who. That's one of the things somehow we got to figure out with live streaming. But hopefully you'll be able to tell a little bit. There's yellow, there's pink, purple, lime green, black, brown, blue, lime green, brown, pink, sorry, purple, purple, here's pink, right in my lap, of course, black, brown, yellow, there's brown, there's pink, blue, just like kids. Puppies play really hard, then they sleep, then they eat. It's just a cycle. Here's lime green. Here's, man, I keep mixing up purple, black, lime green, pink, yellow. Here goes blue, lime green, black, brown, yellow, brown, black, purple, lime green, blue, brown, yellow, pink, black, purple, lime green's on the pillow still. Yellow just went behind the pillow. Lime green just pounced on yellow. Black's sitting there chewing. All right, you guys, they're doing awesome. Hope you have a fabulous week.